Good evening, everyone. Welcome on this beautiful Sunday evening. My name is Wouter. I am gathered here with a Maxime, a Charles, a Crystal, a Afe, and a Vincent. Finally, after 2 weeks, to continue our beautiful Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. So, last week we were off because it was not because I was hungover. It was because of Corona, and I will keep that lie up until I die. No, that we weren't able to stream properly, but luckily our beautiful Charlie stepped in to continue another sort of fantasy-like campaign with
Power fantasy.
let's call it a power fantasy, where slowly but surely all of our stream members are being bred into existence. So who knows when that story will continue.
Let's give no further context. Yeah,
because I do believe that Charlie was having a lot of fun. So if you want to know more about that, take a look at the streams that he did last Thursday and the Sunday before that. Today, however, I have gathered my strength. I still have a little bit of a tickle in my throat, so I might be like hurling and coughing up blood in a couple of moments during this stream. But then again, that should only be like part of the whole mystique of the campaign that we are having now, where you guys are taking a look at a certain magical disease that seemingly the dungeon master himself has also got. And to start things off properly, we also have the last little pieces of llama points being poured into our wild magic surge. So hell yeah. Theon Kaisi, thank you so much for the last few points for that. So that is how we will start today's stream. So without further ado, shall we play a game? And we're back. So, to jump back into our campaign. Last we left off, this group of newcomers into the vast metropolis known as Farwater on the eastern shore of the Empire have been stumbling upon a magical plague that has befallen the city, that seemingly has eluded the local guards and other different people that are trying to put a stop to it. So, these individuals that are new and unknown have been asked by the guard captain, Bradley Quintessent, to, on the down low, investigate this plague on their own. In so doing, in the last couple of days, they have met friends, had gathered clues, and are now coming upon what seems to be those involved. You see, right now they are invading the home of one of the monsters that had affiliated themselves with this plague known as the Ringing, Yenny Carpenter, who seemingly turned out to be not a normal person that was teaching people in the local park the ways of the bard and music, but was instead a faceless stalker, a doughy, horrific creature that had taken up the guise of Yenny Carpenter, and through her guise was spreading this disease through unknown means. Gathering within her abode to investigate further, all of you didn't find a lot of clues until you pushed away the large vanity that Yenny used to open up a small little ritualistic chamber. Here in this ritualistic chamber, you figured out a small little puzzle. You see, Yenny Carpenter, the bard that she is, was able to play beautiful music, and by replicating a piece of music that seemingly is associated with the Ringing Disease, you opened up some sort of ritual to converse with something beyond the veil, with 3 glowing eyes and a bulbous head that wasn't expecting to see you, of course, but was expecting to see Yenny. Did, however, inquire with all of you if perhaps you also were searching for power. But after Jack basically told them that you guys were well, perhaps looking for power, but not these kinds of power. You were here to rid the city of the disease, this being new enough, ending the ritual, and your means of escape, as a large protrusion of crystal growth just apparated out of nowhere, blocking off your only route of escape. And then, to make matters even worse, from this crystalline construct came two other constructs, as two crystalline golems made themselves apparent, a beautiful enchanted seal placed upon them to empower them even more, that were then set upon the task to get rid of these interlopers. So, that is where we jump back into the game. After one round of combat has already been done, one of these crystal golems in combat with Edge was capable of grabbing Edge by the wrist and keeping them in place, while the other one was attacking Crowan. And as Olam from the south swooped in, she cast a spell that set forth a dazzling, literally, display of sparks and light that left these golems dazzled. The top one for 2 more turns, the bottom one not so much anymore. However, as combat rages on, there is one other combatant here within this beautiful game, and that is the artifact, because the chat has done multiple things. But first, the artifact, as it begin to pulsate with this dark green energy once again, a chaotic burst of magic is unleashed over all of you. So we start, Charlie, by rolling a beautiful d20 and seeing what kind of wild magic is upon all of you.
Yeah.
Wait, roll above a 5, people. Who knows?
Oh, let's see. That's this one. Boop. 20. What's a 20?
Holy shit, that's a natural 20?
That's natural 20. It's right there on the screen, buddy.
All right.
Done.
Well, it seems then that as the artifact's chaotic energies envelops all of you, that all of you are brought into some sort of stasis.
Okay.
You were looking around for a moment. The golems seem to have stopped in their places. You so as well. You can't really move your bodies, but you can turn around your heads and you can at least communicate with each other, as you do not know how or why, but the air itself crackles with energy, anticipation of what you are about to say, what you are about to wish for.
Oh, nice.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
So, for the sake of this, be very careful with what you say to each other. From this point forward, everything will be in character. There is no out of character conversing with each other. But be very careful, because if something can be construed as a wish, as a want, as a question, it shall be picked up and it shall be, well, at least tried to be fulfilled.
So, do our characters know this?
Your characters instinctively realize what is going on.
Okay.
There is a crackling energy in between you. A warm shiver runs down your spine. You have the power of gods for but a moment in your hands. You've all heard the stories. You've all heard. You know the concept of a wish. Everybody knows it. Like the smallest children, when they grow up, learn fairy tales of certain wishes that can be granted. This seems to be some such occasion. And all of you now begin to realize why you want this artifact close with you at all fucking times.
We must think carefully of how to phrase our next few words.
There
Yes.
is a big thing we can ask right now.
I am with Alam. Perhaps it is possible to stop all this right now.
I am not the one that's going to do it though, because I will fuck it.
Perhaps
Maybe
the
maybe
power.
take a safer route and not ask to stop it, but tell us how to stop it. That seems like a safer.
I would suggest we
Wait,
be
do it.
even more specific. I would suggest phrasing all of our words or sentences like questions to each other from now on, maybe? So that it could maybe not be misconstrued as a wish. And my suggestion is to ask for the knowledge in its entirety of the person in Farwater who leads this plague's spread.
Maybe there's more than one person, so maybe we should try to ask it in different
Then we
way.
would say that in the sentence. That is a good point.
So maybe we ask for all the people involved.
We
How
will
about
phrase
we
it
ask
as
for all
person
we
or
need to know?
persons.
How about we ask for all we need to know for to stop the plague that we call the
Still
ringing?
too vague.
Nah, it's
Why-
pretty good.
It
Yeah,
could
Why
be.
can't we just ask to eradicate the plague altogether?
maybe it's not powerful enough to do that.
I
Or
am
it
with
could be
Edge on this one.
misconstrued as instantly destroying the entire city where the plague takes place.
That too.
We must be more careful in our phrasing.
You have all learned of like the stories that it depends, of course, of what kind of wish granting device is in place. But you have all heard stories of wishes choosing the road of least resistance. If it's easier to blow up the entire city than it is to remove the plague, then the wish might choose to blow up the entire city. But who knows? Maybe it's easier to just get rid of. I don't know.
I suggest asking for knowledge. That would
I
be.
suggest asking also that one of us gets the knowledge so we can limit the damage if it happens.
Asking for knowledge will probably not do damage.
Who knows?
I trust your magic users know a bit more about this than I would. I tend to solve my problems in a physical matter.
Shall I give it a try? Or would one of you prefer?
I, for one, put all my trust in you this one moment.
Yes.
Tarush exhales with a very, very, very stressful sigh. And for a moment, he fights off the need or the impulse to wish for unlimited power or immortality. Like he's like, should I? But that he probably a bad idea. And so he phrases it as the following: I wish for the complete knowledge and understanding of the person or persons responsible for the spread of the crystal plague, the ringing, in Farwater.
And as these words are spoken aloud, you can almost see it's unclear if the words themselves are tethers to reality, or if something from outside is like latching on to what Tarush is saying. But through it, a certain funnel seems to be created, a funnel of arcane might. And through it, through your words, you feel the knowledge enter your brain, Tarush. The knowledge of different people that are in. Oh dear. What's that?
That was a cell phone going off near a microphone.
Maxime.
Next to
it was
Maxime, I
actually.
believe.
No, it was not going off, but it was doing stuff. Yeah.
Jacques. I guess that's the sound of what it hears like or feels like to get like arcane knowledge.
It's like a
It's Morse code. Nice.
Yeah.
No, it's like an old modem, like uplinking to the internet.
Tarush, I will need you to go ahead and make a will save, as like detailed amounts of information like enter your mind at a moment's notice.
And your
Some die.
head goes up.
Oh, that's perfect. I have a +5 from the pulse actually still.
You do indeed. So yeah, hell yeah. So add
So
another 5 to that.
I'll just roll it on the screen because I think the audience would
Sure.
want to.
Yeah, it's part of the artifacts establishments.
Wish me
So-
luck, I suppose. Which one are we in?
Fingers crossed.
This
It's also what you could have done. Just wish for luck. Give us luck.
There's good luck and bad luck.
I it rolled off screen. Oh my god. That is an 8.
But
I
Why
can
does it
see it
work
like
like that?
on my feed here, but I
Yeah.
can see that.
why does it? Okay, so that's an 8.
Yeah, it was an
So,
8.
So with a +5 and your normal will save bonuses, that comes to
That would be a 13 plus 7 is 20.
20 total. All right. So you make the save. So you do take one point of psychic damage, as it
I'll
does
take
like
it.
oof, overload your brain just a little bit for a moment, because once again, these sorts of magics, it does not care. It is raw, intense power, and through that power, you learn. You have 3 different streams of information that run into your mind. The first one seems to be a stream that is somewhat familiar to you. You see a house, a grand house, a mansion, with on top of it in beautiful golden letters the name Vedius. And as you peer inward, you can see a lord and a lady having a nice time, but mostly their child. You can see what you assume and now know to be Vermilion standing in his room, an easel with a beautiful masterpiece. His dark red that then turns into purple, then turns into dark blue hair, half long over his shoulders, is straight over him with like his palette at the ready, and he is making these beautiful imprestic like paintings with wild colors. But every time you see the brush going over the canvas itself begins to vibrate. And as he pushes his brush into some sort of pigment, once again, you can see that there are sparkles of some sort of crystalline substance within them. And then he begins to paint with it again. You see back to where all of this came from. As you can see, a small flying jellyfish over his shoulder. And as he gazes towards it, he begins to speak to the jellyfish, and the jellyfish begins to speak to them. And through it, Vermilion is learning. And this tether goes beyond. Then you learn from another individual, an individual that you also seem to know. Your vision goes far to the north, beyond the walls of the city of Farwater, along the large, straight, narrow canal to the large lake that is on the top right of the city.
Person that I would know.
Formar Basin. And next to it, underground, next to the canal, seems by magic created some sort of hidey hole where a woman of high elven descent with long blonde hair that turns into orange and fire at later points, where you know instinctively, because of the wish spell, that her name is. Where do we have it? Where are my notes? Where are my notes?
I'm a notes.
Take your time. I'm still processing the previous information.
Let's see.
I'm still taking notes. Please take as long as you can.
Rely on you.
There we go. Lyra Dracos, the one person that you tracked from the Cerulean Circle, who seemingly left without any pretenses. Here you can see that inside this underground bunker, so to speak, with stone walls that drip water outside it, Lyra has set up her own research station. And you can see these crystal protrusions that she has begun to create. And then you see another flash as you see a large amount of soldiers, silver sentinels, just walk about over the square over at their silver citadel. As from one window high up, you can see one person looking down with a sly grin, looking upon all of them.
Yes. Have we been betrayed?
Instinctively, you learn of the name of this person. His name is Dante Corsell.
Oh.
You see a individual with half-long brown hair, a suave mustache, a goatee with the same like silver sentinel attire, but you can see that like the markings on his shoulder ranking him as one of the higher ups. He is a lieutenant within the Silver Sentinels, and one that should be like only one grade below Captain Bradley that you are being paid by. And last but not least, you see as the site comes down towards the sewer system, you find that the different tribes of these scum have all been basically grasping and whatever things they can find that allocates them to this ringing as well. They have found these art pieces of vermilion and have begun to ritualistically sacrifice them to increase the power of this disease as well as a number of other things that they are trying to do. And then you can see that from these 4 pillars, at each pillar you find the same thing. A place where 3 dots connect them directly to this force, this entity that you have now also found here within Yenny Carpenter's abode. This force that has outstretched from it, you can't really figure out the information, as if the question that you asked the person or persons responsible makes it difficult for the wish to give you this information. But with the clues that you have found so far, you figure out that it's like on the cusp of showing you multiple faceless stalkers. But that is where the hard cut of the might of the wish spell ends. That is where your words have fallen short to give you more information on the situation. You have known of the people, and you have known of the threads that all tie them together to this force. But what this force is, where it is, and the faceless stalkers that seem to act as its lackeys, those things remain unknown to you for now.
Oh, amazing. This is great. This is an amazing... I think this is the first time we ever got the wish, didn't we?
Yep, this is the first time a natural 20 has been rolled on the...
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right, so... Tarush is as reality starts reverting back into its normal state, as we go back into our usual state, Tarush is just screaming. And
with that, we have multiple other reasons at the ready to scream, because all of you instinctively still looking at Tarush of what has happened, wishing for him to tell you what he has learned, have no such luck at this moment, because 2 crystal golems are still assaulting all of you. So, that was a wild magic surge. Best one to date. And with that, let's take a look at what other different attributes the artifact still has at their disposal. All right, so Edge. as you are standing there, the crystals like groan around your arm. A whiff of green energy enters your other arm as you do get a fierce strike from Savage Combat Smurfs. That's still from 2 weeks ago.
Thank you, Savage Combat.
Ooh, and a crystal shattering screech from the artifact, as the artifact itself.
Oh, that hurt me, Wouter.
I'm sorry, that's
Amazing.
It's okay.
it's
No, that
crystal
was
scattering.
good. It was good, but it's in my head.
I'm sorry.
Wait. Is ape made of crystal?
No, crystal is made of crystal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm confused
Guess I'll
now.
die.
We're all gonna die sooner or later.
Oh.
So, for the sake of this, we also have like different ways to do damage via the artifact. So I'm not just gonna let this ghost sound do damage, but what I will do is, as it reverberates with both of the golems, you can see that they are filled with energy, and in so doing, their armor class has been reduced by 1 for this coming round.
Yay.
As they're basically just trying to get rid of this very fucked up sound. Not quite making them flat-footed, but getting there.
They were already. I think there was one who was flat-footed and one who was no longer.
Oh yeah, but this will stack with that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so that will be all that the artifact has wrought upon you. As we turn our attention to Tarush, and I will eat.
Nice. All right, so Tarush is still and his mind is just sifting through the images as he tries to focus on what's going on in front of him. He looks at the golems, and I'm gonna use my first action to make a recall knowledge check. You already told us the golems' immunities last session, but I would like you to repeat them if I roll high enough. But what I'm more interested in, obviously, is their weaknesses. And any resistances that might be relevant. What skill should I use?
This... Huh. Good question.
Probably Arcana or Occultism?
I'll give you either of them. Either of them is good.
That's fair.
These are creatures of my own making, so I can do whatever I want.
Fair. I have the same number for them anyway. Oh, natural 18. 26.
26. All right, that will be a success. No, wait. That'll be... Let's see. They're this level. No, not a critical success, I'm afraid. No.
Fair enough.
But a normal success nonetheless. And as you do so, you don't really figure out any weaknesses, but you do find out another thing as you think back to like how objects work. And that is, you can already see that different cracks are being made in the top one, when you guys were focusing the top one, by the way. And you begin to figure out that if you just hit him hard enough and like chop away at his hit points, then he, as the object that he is, will become broken. And if he's broken, well, he'll only become easier to hit. So the more you whittle him down, you figure, the more his armor class will reduce.
All right. And I don't know about any resistances to certain types of energy or...
No, I will give you like the normal thing, because they are objects.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like they are probably like to necrotic energies, probably not the best thing to use.
Okay.
Like poisons and that sort of stuff, probably also not really useful, because they don't seem to have bloodstreams to like get the poison into their biology, because they do not have any biology.
Yeah.
So those sorts of things probably won't work. Like bleed effects probably also don't work, because they don't have blood.
Okay.
But other than that, no real like damage, like,
honestly,
resistances that you can figure out.
I just wanted to make sure that electricity would not be resisted. But that's more relevant for next turn. For now, I'll just use an electric arc. So Tarush screams out, they're not persons! No mind control, no poison! Just hit them as hard as you can! And I punch down on the ground with my staff. As electricity first arcs to my hand, and I move forward as two separate beams move at them. So that's going to be a reflex save on their behalf.
Alrighty. And reflexes they shall have. Let's see, that is a 20 on the first one and a 12 on the second.
Okay, so that's a normal success on the first and a fail on the second. Okay, doing well so far. 4 plus 4, 8 on the fail, and 4 on the success.
Nice. All right. So as two electric jolts jetten forward, so 8 and 4 on the. So 8 on the one that failed the save, 4 on the one that made the save. Correct.
Yeah.
All right. I'm afraid that due to the hardness of the armor, that the top one, the one that you were focusing, was the one that made the save, is resistant of the electricity as it just passes through it. But that's because of the hardness, not because of like, you do see that the electricity finds purchase. It's just not enough to like crack the hard exterior of crystal that is here.
Okay.
The other one, however, does take a couple of points of damage. Which is nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Very well. Then, as that ends your turn, the crystal golem is still holding on to Edge at this moment. So
which one was dazed for for a number of rounds, and which one was dazed for
the top
round?
one? The bottom one is no longer dazed because that round has passed already. And Olam, can you remind me how many turns did the top one get dazed because he's failed the save?
3 rounds.
3 rounds. All right. So it's this round and then the next one as well. Okay. So Edge, he's going to try and hit you. So the first attack is going to. So that's a daze. So he needs to make a flat 5 to see if he can even hit you. That's a 4. So the first attack completely misses. With thanks to Olam. The second one is a 5. So the second one will target you. And the to hit is going to be a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Ooh, nice. And the last one is going over your shoulder as a crystal protrusion is shot out into Tarush's face because he's also attacking the golems. So last one will be, that's a 19, so that is a 5 or higher. So the attack does target Tarush. And then the hit becomes a 11 to hit. No. All right, so Edge, you are grappled. The first one goes wide over your head. The second one goes wide as well. And with each whoosh, the crystal is beginning to grow over and over again. And at last, it is large enough to be shot, but Tarush dodges out of the way as it just shatters against the back wall. No harm, no foul. Oh no, wait. He still wants to grapple you, though. So that last attack wouldn't have come through at all to Tarush, because he needs to use another action to keep you grappled.
Oh, okay.
Right? You have to continue, like, with an action. You have to sustain the activity. Yeah. All right, so he's sustaining the grapple activity. You were kept grabbed.
Oh.
Hey, once you close, man. All right, but afterwards, we go to Jacques.
Oh, sorry, but my bad. But you do have to re-roll the athletics check. Like, you need to re-roll to sustain it.
Oh, right. So, Edge...
Contested athletics?
Not contested in this game. What is your 10 plus your athletics DC? What is 10 plus your athletics? That's your athletics DC.
My athletics is 5, so 15.
All right, so he needs to make a 15. He already takes a minus 10 because he made 2 attacks, and grappling is also like an attack action. So with a minus 10, that becomes a 3.
I'm free!
So with that, indeed, the shards of crystal crumble to nothingness. You do see like a couple of jetted pieces of crystalline glass like protruding from your arm, but you just shake it off, and you are indeed free.
Actually,
you didn't push up your glasses.
Yeah, I don't have glasses. I have glasses.
Wait, I have lenses. Like, actually.
On a critical fill, if you already have the target grabbed or restrained, it breaks free. Your target can either grab you, as if it succeeded at using the grapple action against you, or force you to fall and land prone. So, Edge gets to retaliate.
Yeah, Edge, do you want to knock the golem prone, or do you want to grapple
Absolutely.
the golem?
Well, you
yeah?
can also
I'm not
grapple
that
the
strong,
golem
so
in your
I-
turn.
Yeah, no, but I'm not that strong, so...
No, you
like,
don't. You don't make a check. You succeed automatically,
Yeah.
so you can choose.
Oh,
But if he falls prone, his AC goes down a bit more, right?
He's flat-footed, but he's already flat-footed, I think.
because he's down.
Okay.
But he has
Yeah,
to get
no,
up again.
I'll grapple him then. Son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
All right.
Hijo de puta!
So you break loose, and then you grab him.
Yeah.
So that
Who's grappled
means.
now, bitch?
Yeah.
So that means it
See,
needs
you
to.
like it.
It needs to make a DC 5 check to do anything with manipulation, which is similar, and it cannot move.
Hell yeah. All right. Then we go to Jack.
Jack just screams. Yeah, Jack screams to Edge, point him my way, and I cast Acid Splash against him. It's a 30 feet range, so I think we'll make that work.
Should be doable.
Let me have a quick look.
Do
that's
realize that Acid Splash has splash damage. So both Edge, Crowan, and the other golem will also take that acid damage. Like they will all take 1 splash damage, I believe.
Do it.
A little bit collateral can won't hurt. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
23. Let me just take a look-see here. That doesn't become a critical hit, but it's still a hit right now.
Oh, cool. In that case, let me have a look. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty nice. That's 6 points of acid damage and 1 splash acid damage.
All right. So Edge, Crowan, you both take 1 acid damage, but so does the golem.
If I find out that I needed that 1 hit point, Jack, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Me too. I'm gonna be thoroughly disappointed.
In you.
In Wouter, of course, not in myself.
Of course.
I won't take responsibility.
Okay.
And through that extra point of splashing acid damage, this actually does siple through all of the different cracks that have already been made and begins to damage the interior just a little bit.
And after that, because most of my attacks, I think, not able to hurt this golem, I'm gonna pull out my club. I have a club with me. I don't use it often, but I think that takes an action, right, to pull it out.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
All
In
right.
that case, I'm done.
Hell yeah, this orc is armed and ready.
Yeah.
Takes an action to pull out.
Nice.
It takes an action to pull out my club. Remember that.
Disgusting.
Nice. Olam, we get back to you.
Yes, I am going to Ray of Enfeeble.
Ooh,
Meant.
that sounds good.
And I'm going to do it on the one that is already hurt.
Farewell. You are focusing the one that you said that you would focus.
Yeah, so I have to make a ranged spell attack against it. Yes?
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Alright. And that's 19.
19 hits.
Great. Then you have to make a fortitude saving throw.
Okay. Which I will do. Oh dear, that's not so high. That is a... still a 16. They're very fortuitous.
That's a normal failure, so you become enfeebled 2.
Enfeebled 2?
Yes.
Looking at all the things that he is immune to, Enfeebled is not on the list, so... Enfeebled 2, so he takes a -2 penalty to all, like, strength-based thingamajigs.
Rolls. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so that will be a -2 to both his 2 hits and damage when he hits you with any of his attacks, because also, like, the shooting is also a thrown action. So hell yeah!
Nice.
So how does this look?
Well, some like starry kind of hammers just pound him and his muscles, so he doesn't know how to use his muscles anymore.
No.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So we have these key points of crystal where they are connected to places where normally, like, the muscle should be, and all these small shooting stars come out and bing, 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 begin to tinker him down a little bit, and then you can see that, like, the arm that he previously was using to hold Edge just slouches down a little bit, and he needs to get the other arm there as well. Hell yeah! Good job.
I don't know if you've been noticing, but every time you said every time you say crystal about the golems, crystal giggles. And I swear to fucking God, if it turns out Olam is behind the plague somehow. I'm like, God damn it, I should have seen this
She doesn't
coming.
have organizational skills.
Yeah.
She's been ruled out, trust me.
Well, you never know.
We don't know Olam's deception score.
Haven't you learned that like in sci-fi and fantasy, like crystals are like the go-to answer to anything? Like, but how do they have fast and light travel? Though they have these special crystals for this. Oh, okay, cool, totally.
Time crystals, space crystals, everything crystals.
Disease crystals now. All right, so I believe Ray of Enfeeblement is 2.
Yeah, I cast shield on myself.
Well,
and that's it.
Very good. Then, Crowan.
I'm gonna hit it 2 times with my mace and see what happens, and then.
I mean, up until now it did wonders. So let's see if it works again. He's still flat-footed, so you can.
Yeah, 18. Does that hit?
18 because of the flat-footedness as well as the artifact screech. It does indeed hit.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 1 plus another 4, so that's 10 damage.
10 points of damage. Sick. And as Crowan gets up his mace once again, you have seen him use his sap already, but this time, like, the metal mace just comes out. It hits him square on the head, and you can see a couple of different pieces of his armor begin to fall off, as well as like the glowing sigil in the middle of it that now, as a nice little see-through runestone, just powers down and falls to the ground. You can see that Tarush, the effect that you had been hoping for, like the damage done to the body, has been done, and it seems that the AC of this creature has now been reduced.
Okay. It's still moving.
It's still moving, yes. It's still very much alive, but you have basically gone over the broken threshold of this object.
Okay, cool. Then another attack against it. That's just an 11.
An 11. I'm afraid that even with all of the penalties, an 11 is still not enough.
Then,
As this time the mage just like you do like hit him somewhere, but it was just one piece of crystal that was already crumbling off, and you just shatter it into pieces. Like that piece of crystal is dead.
I don't have much option left, so I'm just gonna go third time, see what happens. Ah! That is below 0, so yeah. No wait. That is lower than 11, so fine.
All right, so but still though, the first giant hit on the head did do wonders.
Nice.
And Edge, we come to you.
Yes. While I am holding it, I am going to. I'm just gonna knee it in the stomach.
Yeah. You have a fierce attack.
Yes.
And through different means. It has a -2 because of the flat-footedness. It has a -1 because of chat. You have a +5. You have also reduced the AC because it's past its broken threshold. There should be a critical hit in here somewhere.
I also did the thing to my dice before the stream, so don't fucking
left your dice?
kill. I did. That's a natural 14 plus 5 to hit is 19. Is that enough?
Yeah, I believe you should have way more than just a +5.
Yeah, you don't just have the +5. You also have like the number you had.
I have the +5 regularly, then the +5 from the pulse. So that's a 24.
Yeah,
24. And indeed, a 24
Maths.
now maths. By the power of maths, a 24 has indeed become a critical hit. So go ahead and roll double damage on that one.
So that's just that's double the dice plus
Double everything!
Double everything! Oh my god!
Everything!
Okay, so that's 2d6, that's a 5. Plus another 5, that's 12 damage.
12 points of damage. You only have a +1 to strength?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I'm
checking to be sure.
I'm quick. I'm not that strong. I need to do push-ups.
Push-ups.
I'm
And indeed,
working on them.
You said you were like head kneeing him.
Yeah, no, I'm just like kneeing him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like you do it once, you do it twice, you 3 times, and you just break the hat clean off, and you go like, "Yeah, I got him!" But the rest of the body is still standing there. Still though, like hefty amounts of damage.
If I were a barbarian, I'd be raging so hard right now.
Wouter, could you
Okay,
restart
so-
music?
I can, I will.
So the head is detached. Okay.
Yeah. I
So
cannot see you anymore. It's fine.
I mean,
I'm gonna.
it didn't really have eyes to begin with, but
Oh, damn.
Well, no, mostly like the part that I was grappling is gone.
yeah.
Was my point. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
well, technically you're still grappling him. Technically you're still grappling him until the end of your turn.
Can I choose to let go of the grapple?
Yeah, that's just a you have grappled him automatically, and you can just like let go as a free action at any time.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna let him go and grab my quarterstaff with both my hands and
Alright.
just fucking wail on him.
You gotta hit him with a stick.
Whack him.
That's a natural 16
Ooh.
plus 5. Do I do the multiple attack penalty now?
I'm afraid so. Yes.
Okay, so that's a +1. That's a 17 to hit.
Okay, so that's still a hit
Yay.
because of the above said awesomeness.
Okay, that's a 1 on the die. +1
Oh,
is
no.
2 damage.
Why you do this, Edge? Why you do this?
Of
Talk to the die. Okay? Talk to the fucking die.
all right.
It's hard to hit a solid thing with a solid
Yeah.
thing, okay?
Yeah, it's you have to find those right edges. Hey. However, as your turn ends, the golem to your other side is going to go ahead and have its turn, and he is going to. Let's see here. He's going to smack you, Edge, because you are. No, wait, Olam, you have been very, very not nice because you have been casting spells and stuff. So, Olam, you are going to get a hit in your face, which is going to be a 25 total.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait. Yes.
And you're
Nah.
like, oh, are you enfeebled or whatever? Like, is your AC lower because of that too?
No.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
what?
No, I'm not sure.
enfeebled. No, I enfeebled him.
Oh, my bad.
The other one, like the one that's still strong, is going to attack you. Like the one down here. It's
I
not enfeebled.
enfeebled someone, but not myself.
Yeah.
No, what I
Alright,
mean,
so-
like, if Olam uses her, like, curse thing, then she becomes enfeebled as well, so I was like...
Oh, frick!
Oh,
But strength,
oh, sorry.
strength doesn't factor into AC.
I don't know.
Only-
That's why I'm
No,
kind of
no,
asking.
that's not a thing. No.
Oh, okay.
But I forgot I had a minor curse already. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's good. I just said that. That's
All right,
Okay.
but the attack still hits. Like it's
Yes.
okay. So that does become a total of 13 points
minus
of bludgeoning
3
damage. Oh, 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Why -3?
because I am amazingly cursed.
Okay.
As Olam casts her spells, she in turn becomes one with the universe, and the universe is very fickle. Like Olam basically becomes a little bit see-through and gets resistant to all kinds of physical damage because of it.
Oh, nice.
It's all fucking chaos.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
but you still take 10 points of bludgeoning damage,
I
and
do.
with the second action, the crystal protrusions grow around you, and you are grappled.
Oh.
And with his last action, he is just going to walk forward and drag you away. Like you are just being dragged
Going with me.
It's just mean.
a couple of steps, and he is already going to like make fists towards Tarush because Tarush is also damaging him and his friend. So he's just walking forward and assaulting the wizards because the wizards are becoming a threat.
Honestly, this
Ew.
just saves me on using an action for reach. So, all good.
Fair enough. Then we come back at the top of the round. This first attack is gone. This first attack is gone.
There's at least one new pulse in there I saw.
Oh yeah, I see. Shriver Bernal, I think Wouter deserves a pulse of energy for that awesome description vision. Oh, thank you. But does that mean, Shriver Bernal, that I now have like a pulse? So
yeah, what
my
he meant,
side...
like your golems get a +5.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just to be sure. Thank you. We also have a shield for Edge, as a small bead of green energy apparates a shield around you to keep you safe. Inspire to Orlam. Ooh. And another fierce attack to Tarush. So hell yeah.
Oh, yep. Nice. Perfect.
From Savage Combat Smurfs. So that might even come in more handy than.
Hit it with your stick.
So keep those in mind.
No, not the stick. Actually, I was planning on making another attack roll, but this is perfect.
Well, you'll have another one as well, because Amun-Ra, because balance in all things, has also just gave out another pulse. So the artifact pulse, boom, boom, 2 times. Like everything's gonna work this round. Like everything +5. Everything +5.
No, but like +5. Does fierce attack and ball stack though? Is that what you're saying?
I'll say for the second one. So you basically have like a fierce attack and then the next D20.
I agree, because a +10 feels.
Yeah, no, that's like
a bit too much.
It's slightly too easy to get a critical hit. Yeah.
All right, so I was planning on first using my meta magic for reach, but guess I won't need that anymore. So Tarush, as the golem walks up, he's just like, the electricity is still pouring through him from the electric arc, and he smashes down his staff a few times again. This beautifully adorned staff is going through a lot of wear and tear and abuse as he keeps like stabbing it into the stone floor, like trying to jumpstart some kind of engine. And again, electricity. And then into his hand, he's gathering and gathering and gathering energy as it just keeps building up and building up. And as he looks up, he sees the golem right in front of him now. And in a moment of reflex, he just pushes forward his hand. And I use Shocking Grasp.
Ooh, very nice.
So I make a smelly spell attack roll. If the target is wearing...
Sorry.
If it's wearing metal armor or is made of metal, I don't know. Does crystal count as metal? Like in Avatar, like, no? Okay. So...
Have you considered to shut the fuck up?
I concede. So I'm gonna make an attack roll, which is a +8, plus a 5 from the fierce attack.
Hell yeah.
Which is a 9 plus 8 is 17 plus 5 is 23.
Ooh, and because of the beautiful graces of the chat, you do indeed hit.
Nice.
Without the 5, you would have missed.
Really? Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so that means I roll a fucking 2d12 on the damage.
Ooh, I love that. I love that they use d12s.
Yeah. A 5 and an 11. So that is 16 electricity damage on the golem. Nice.
Yeah, and you have learned, like, the hardness of these objects. They need to be overcome with massive bolts of energy. And in so doing, as you reach out, you touch the golem, and the electricity pulses through it. It overcomes the hardness of the crystal and then begins to slowly but surely crack all over. It is not so damaged that its AC has been reduced, but you can see that as the electricity fades, and you can hear like the smell of, well, burnt crystal. Like you can smell like lava basically being made here, glass being molten, and the golem just slouches down for a moment, but then begins to power up again a little bit. But hefty amounts of damage have been done.
Nice.
Cameras are frozen.
Sorry?
Screen freeze.
Yeah, screen freeze.
Thank you.
Boo.
I will take care of this. In the meantime, it's funny because I'm the only one not frozen, which is perfect right now. So Tarush will take this moment to shout, "You face Adun Silvus!" And I channel the energy into telekinetic energy to protect myself, so I will use my last action to cast shield as well.
Very well. And you are shielded. At which point the crystal golem to the top left of the map is now being grappled by Edge. So
Not anymore. I dropped the grapple.
No, you let go. However, let's see here. Yeah, at this moment in time, Crone is the bigger threat actually, because Crone gets like hitting him every single time. So yeah, Crone, I think this next one is coming to you.
He's still dazed.
He is still dazzled, indeed. So let's see if he can hit you. That's a 10 on the die. So the first attack does come through, and this one is gonna get with a pulse. +5. Which becomes a 31.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my god. Please.
Thanks, guy. He gave us thanks, Shifu, but now we appreciate it a lot.
So with that, as the pulse emanates through the body, you can see that the golem's like absent head just scans you for a moment. Like it seems that it's looking at you, but the head is gone, and you can see that the arm grows into a replica of the mace that you were holding, and like you try to block it, but even through your block, it hits you hard on the shoulder for 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
16, okay.
I am dying.
And now I am dying, Valtu. You just gave me 60 damage.
Oh yeah. In so doing, the crystal then grows around your shoulder and grapples you.
Okay.
And as it does so, you are now flat-footed, and the other hand comes up and goes in for another strike with the last action that they have. However, that is only going to be a 13 to hit.
That's not going to be enough.
All right, so the second still like hits next to you against the wall, but that is all. Jack, what do you do today?
What I'm gonna do is really hope that Crone does not remember that 1 point of splash acid damage. that's first. So we were of course targeting the top crystal, but I think now that one crystal is actually standing kind of in front of me, I am going to focus my focus on that crystal over there, and I am going to start with a
flanking maneuver.
No, I think well, actually, now that you say it, I think that I'm going to move. Why can't I? I think that I'm going to kindly look at somebody that can. Yeah, thank you very much. Now I'm actually in between. Now I'm in between two golems, but that's fine. I have 2 actions left, so I'm going to hit this. I'm just going to hit the top golem to my left again, so that if that golem is gone, we can get out.
If you want to flank this one, then you would have to take a step even further.
Oh, I can do that, yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yep. I'm going to hit him with my club, and let's hope that it actually does something.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. That I rolled a 17, equating to a 21 on my hit.
21. Okay. That's. Let me check if that's no. It's not a critical hit. No, it's a normal hit. It's a normal hit. But still, though, close.
I'm happy that I'm actually hitting this thing. And 5 points of damage as well.
5 points.
Yep.
5 points is not enough to get through the hardness of this creature, I'm afraid.
Damn.
Very sad.
But you did hit.
Yeah. I did hit. I'm going to cast shield on myself then.
Like in character, we don't really know, you know.
No, but still.
No. I mean, for Jack's sake, like in character, we don't know that he didn't do anything with that. We saw him hit the golem,
that no
you know?
crest has formed.
I have hope that I actually fractured something inside. Maybe
His heart.
His heart.
Internal bleeding, you know. All right. With the last action of Jack spent, we go to Olam.
I am going to chill touch the motherfucker that's dragging me.
So right now, because there is like a heightened pedestal in the middle, right? So you are now basically like 3 to 4 feet, like hold aloft off the ground, and you are just like hanging there. And you are going to use like your ice through your fingers to just still touch the guy.
Yeah, you can see like Olam going a bit darker blue-ish, and the stars just shining a bit brighter. Well, she's like pretty mad that she's being held.
Yeah.
And I use chill touch still, although I'm kinda.
Gasp.
Yeah, is he alive or undead?
Well, no, sorry. Put a pin in this one for a second. Crowan. That was not a 31 to hit. That was a 29 because he's enfeebled 2.
Then it was still 19, 10 above 19, so it's still enough to critical hit me.
All right, but you do like heal back up 4 points.
Oh, nice.
Because he also had like a -2 to his strength.
Then, yeah.
So for the critical hit, that's 4 less points damage.
Ah, that's pretty nice.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, nice.
Back to you.
Didn't think of it.
Olam.
Chill touch. Is he a living creature or undead creature?
Yes.
He is
No.
neither.
Can I use chill touch on this? I can't, can I?
What?
I'm
How much
confused
damage does it do?
because now he has to make a saving throw fortitude, but there's 2 like things that the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says living creature or undead creature, and if it's neither, I'm not sure what happens.
Then I'm afraid that it's not a. Okay, you know what? I'm going to look up the spell because with this like scatter of words, I am still unsure.
I think she has 2 options. If it's living, it does that damage. And if it's
In the
Scatter of words sounds like something.
other.
No,
In
if
the
it's
meantime-
living. Okay.
In the meantime, Jack, on your club attack, did you
Yes.
factor in the pulse? +5.
No.
Chat asked. So that would be a 26. Maybe the damage is doubled.
That's a critical hit indeed.
So then the 5
those
becomes
5
10?
points. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Double-
So you did do damage.
I did the damage. Yeah.
Too many numbers, guys.
I'm so proud of myself.
Thank you,
actually, at this
Amunra.
moment.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Too many numbers.
Somebody's
so, yeah,
paying attention.
that damage is noted. But yes, Olam, you can't use Chill Touch because it targets a living or undead creature, and this is neither. This is a construct.
No, I mean, yeah.
I
Like,
still
there's-
use
it
it,
will
but
just become-
yeah.
I
It will
fail.
just become chili
Crystal.
chili crystals.
Chili Crystal. Yeah, no, look at her looking like I said her name. No, I meant Chili Crystals. Yeah.
This is why my mind's getting more foggier with every minute, because I just want to react to everyone says, but it's
Let's kill the
obviously-
crystal.
I
Golems.
use shield and I get my turn.
I totally understand. Even I still, every time think, oh, crystal.
Yeah, it's me. I just imagine multiple crystals standing in the room.
When I
ready
said
to
chili
fight.
crystals, I
But I still
figured,
wanna know
oh, I
what
hope
you're
you're not
doing.
cool.
Wouter goes to
No,
his
I
notes.
use chill touch, but it doesn't work, and then I use shield, and that's my turn.
Oh, okay.
Wouter goes to his notes and he's like, keep in mind player names when writing plot. Do not use Eighth Plague, Vincent's Plague, Maxime Plague, or Crystal Plague.
Like it before, it was not House Vedius, but House Vincent. I was like, no, wait,
Ah,
learn
damn.
from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes.
Okay, well, Jack is a bit pissed. So he's gonna... Yeah, he's basically gonna take his mace again, his big old mace, and whop it on his big old shoulders.
Wait, did you say Jack?
He did.
I did. I said Jack?
Yeah.
Jack's so pissed.
I figured,
Everybody's
well, apparently I'm pissed.
Maxime was like going along very well.
Yeah.
He's yes-anding perfectly.
And with the pulse, that becomes a +7, 31.
31. Like he crit you, you crit him right back.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so that means 4 dice. I think the sneak attack damage is also doubled, right?
It is also doubled. Everything.
Yeah, but you don't double the dice. You roll and then you double the number.
Okay, so 4 plus 6, that's
You
10
can also
plus
roll double
4,
the dice
that is
if you like.
28 damage on your face.
How much?
Well, I rolled a 6 and a 4, so that's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 4 for my strength, so that's 14. Double that,
28.
that's 28 damage.
All right. So with that,
This is that, bitch!
like you got, and you channel all that rage that you felt from the pain from the one blow on your shoulder to your other arm, and a shower of broken crystal shards showers the floor as this one golem is gone.
Yeah.
That's so hard now, are you?
You still have like the crystal arm still hanging from your shoulder, but you just like break it off and throw it on the ground.
Okay, so then I'm gonna move towards the other guy and hit him with my mace again. No, hit him with my mace for the first time. Hopefully it works. Odds are against me, but who knows? Oh, that might be good. Isn't 18 enough?
18 hits?
Nice. It's 1 plus
No, mace.
3,
He's
8
even,
damage.
He's even flat-footed.
Yeah, that's why I apply sneak attack with it.
Hell yes.
So that's 8 damage. A bit disappointing, but still pretty nice.
So you take a couple of steps up the stairs towards this pedestal, and you can like hit him right in where a normal person's hip would be, and you shatter a couple of pieces of glass off again.
Nice.
From now on, they're glass golems.
That makes them less tough, you know? Glass is very hard.
No, but it's like Elder Scrolls glass.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, indeed. It's
Why
elvish
did it have
glass.
to be Elder Scrolls glass?
It's magic plate glass.
Eldritch glass.
Eldritch glass. It's another spell. Edge, we go to you.
Right, I am going to move so that I am sort of flanking with Olam.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows, whack whack. Oh, the first one is 13 to hit. I think that misses.
13 misses, yeah.
Did you count in the pulse?
Oh,
No, that makes it an 18 to hit.
that does hit.
Okay, cool.
Hey.
Nice.
And the second one misses because that's a 2 on the die.
Yeah.
And that is a total of 3 damage.
Bling.
It makes a
Enough.
pretty noise.
It does make a very, very nice noise. However, the crystal golem has now finally
Hang
found
on.
its target.
That's one attack. I'm gonna
You walk,
Flurry of Blows.
and you did another. Which one did
Yeah,
miss?
Flurry of Blows is one action.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, right, 2 attacks for 1 action. Yes, got it.
Yeah. So I am gonna, because this hitting isn't going anywhere, I'm gonna use my cantrip.
Yeah.
Power.
And do the lightning blast.
You're gonna bzzzt.
Nice.
That's an 18 on the die,
Ooh.
plus 8, but
Minus 10.
full attack stuff, maths.
You have the 21.
That's a minus 8, so that's an 18.
Minus
straight.
8?
Yeah, agile on the fist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because she has the 2 attacks still count as 2 attacks. Okay.
So 18 total.
18 total.
18 hits.
Awesome.
Oh, this is
Alright,
awesome. So while Crowan is like punching on the, like whapping on the back, and Tarush is zapping it from the front, Edge now also decides to zap it from the side. We're just completely fucking pounding on this thing from every single direction, angle.
And the llama is just hanging there trying to cast Chill Touch. It doesn't have any effect, but it does enough to like catch the attention of the golem so that Edge can jump in from behind and BAM! Let's go at it.
Total of 6 total, 6 lightning damage.
Its hardness is 6, so it does exactly no damage.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
So it just makes me even angrier. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Why don't you die?
Top of the round. The
Can
pulse is going.
Can we go to the break?
Well,
Almost there?
We are almost done with this
Okay.
combat. So if we...
I really need to go to the bathroom. And I've had to go to the bathroom for the past
Alright,
20 minutes.
You can just run to the bathroom right now. Your turn is just over.
Okay, cool.
But I think for the sake of the stream, it's easier to finish this combat and then
Oh
pick
no,
up.
that's fine. I didn't just want to leave the video. I can still hear you guys still.
You do lose experience points because you went to the bathroom. Alright, so top of the round. The artifact stays dormant for now after handing out a lot of different bonuses through the last 2 rounds of combat. And Tarush, we have come upon you once more.
So I used my first attack last turn, but I didn't use my pulse.
You didn't use your pulse?
So we all know what kind of news this is.
Hey.
Good news. So Tarush, as he's pushing all of his energy into his magic, there's just electricity coursing from his staff into his hand. This telekinetic shield forming around him as electricity keeps pulsing and pulsing and pulsing into the golem with a shocking grasp. Tarush uses his free action to drain his bonded item, which is a staff. So I regain one of my 2 uses of shocking grasp. So now I have 2 left again. And as this happens, you just see the electricity coursing even more and more through him. Like this blue lightning turns into purple. This obviously magical shade of electricity, for a lack of better words. And it keeps moving forward as it pulses and crackles and engorges his body. And he again uses shocking grasp.
So let me get this straight. You are a nobleman wizard with a hood that shoots purple lightning out of their fingers.
And I wear purple.
I saw a picture of Tarush just rubbing it with his hand against his head and then static energy. Let's go.
Alright, so here I go.
Like his feet on the ground, like...
Yeah, like I've 3 balloons with me that I kind of rub before combat, just to like get that. I rolled a 12, and that's amazing because that's plus 8, 20, plus 5 is 25 against their AC, and they're flat-footed because it's a melee attack spell. Like a melee touch spell.
But I'm afraid that this fucker didn't have his AC reduced yet, so that is still just a normal hit this time.
Oh, is there anything else I can squeeze? No, I can't.
Isn't Crowan flanking with him? Wouldn't that make him flat-footed?
Yeah,
he is flat-footed. But it's still a 25 just doesn't make it.
Oh, okay.
His
totally
AC
fair.
is higher than 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, totally fair, no problem. So again, I roll for 2d12.
I mean, there are like 4 of you have an AC higher than 17. So
No, don't worry about it. I rolled an 11 and an 8.
Oh,
nice.
So that's 19 damage on the shocking
still
grasp.
19. Ooh. And this time, you still find like the smoldering hole that you pulsed through with electrical energy before, and you just rinse and repeat. Come again. It was 18 points.
19 damage.
19 points. Ooh.
As he doesn't even stop, like it's just he keeps intensifying the spell. It just keeps going and going. As now Tarush, even his armor is just crackling with energy as arcane power moves through him. A combination of learned and innate power.
And as you cast the spell, this entire glass golem becomes like a tea kettle, like on all different sides, like pieces of glass are bursting outward, and just like the pent-up pressure of all of the air that's been like heated up to its boiling point begins to pour out as all different pieces of this glass golem begin to slowly fall apart, as well as like the glowing sigil in the middle that now also comes loose, powering down a little bit, loosening the damage, but not enough to break it just yet, as it still extends by a little bit.
So Tarush, at this point, he's still sifting through all the knowledge that's been pouring into him with this psychic damage. So he's kind of he doesn't seem entirely stable as he just keeps going, "Ah!" But still there's some semblance of sanity as he keeps shaping this telekinetic bubble around him to protect himself. So another shield.
And your ASMR blood does make it look hot. Like, canonically. Like, even if Tarush is doing this, like, man, he looks good doing this.
Like, you see this little sparkle of his teeth, and his hair is waving in the wind.
Jack.
Yes.
You have hit something with your club, and it broke out glass.
And it's gone. So I think my my club is actually very effective.
I think so too.
And because the last golem is actually just surrounded by people, I think that's time for me to take a little break. No, what I'm going to do is our doorway is still blocked off by crystals, right?
Yeah.
I think that I'm just going to mine. I'm going to try to break down those crystals.
Sure.
I'm having a quick look. I think I'm going to start off with my club, and then an acid splash. But first the club. Oh, that's going to be very little. That's a 14.
14. That actually does hit.
Oh, cool.
Like it's just a like a still standing object. It's not that hard to hit. So
do 2 points of damage do anything to this?
The hardness of this object is too high for that, I'm afraid. So as you bounce
figured.
club off of it, it's not enough just yet.
Let me see if my acid does anything.
Jack.
That's not. That's 17. And 4 points of acid damage plus 1 point of splash damage. But
Alright.
I'm standing next to the thing that I'm aiming at. So do I take that 1 splash damage as well?
I mean, I'll say that you, for example, could. No.
Or can I like hide behind edge or something?
I'm afraid that you. Well, then you would also have to use an action to move, and you have 1 action to hit, 2 actions to cast a spell, and that is all 3. So right now, I'm afraid that because you already said that you were casting it, you do take 1 point of acid splash damage, as you said, like, oh wait,
oh damn,
that was probably not such a good idea. But you do realize this now, and it seems that like the acid that you threw over it did do a couple of points of damage.
Wait, so do we all take acid damage?
No, just Jack. Just Jack.
Okay.
It's like I'm throwing it just right in front of me against the wall, and
Like,
it splashes back in my face a bit. Oh no!
Oh fuck, that hurts. Oh. However, Olam, we have come to your turn once again.
Am I still being held by him?
You are still being held by him.
You're being
Okay,
cuddled
so-
lovingly.
Yeah, I'm kind of like not really into that because I'm a big kitty and nobody holds me because I'm big. I have no need for being held by someone I don't want to.
Because
So
you're
I
big.
am going to use Moonbeam on his freaking face.
Very well.
You can see your feet just become a little bit lighter than they were before, and you can see her slightly flowing towards the sky and then going down a bit as well. Well, I am going to make this spell attack roll.
Suddenly the golem feels like it's holding a paperweight.
Yeah, wait, was I holding someone? Oh yeah, still.
Oh god.
That's 12 plus 7, that's 19 plus 5 from the pulse because I haven't used that yet.
Ooh.
So that's 23.
23.
Wait,
24.
wait, 19, 24, yeah. got it.
24. And that is a critical hit.
Oh, that,
So critical success, the the bean deals double damage and the target is dazzled for 1 minute.
one
Oh,
me.
snap. Alright, so he's dazzled again. Lama's
so
dazzling today.
I am going to do 2d6 fire damage, but for you, I'm not sure if this is going to matter or anything, but the moonbeam deals silver damage.
Alright, yeah, for if he had like damage
Just roll.
resistance and stuff, yeah.
So that's 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage.
Doubled or
Force
not
damage.
doubled?
That's 2d6. So I doubled it
That is
already.
doubled.
Oh, you doubled it already.
Doubled it already.
Doubled it already.
Doubled it already.
Maybe.
All right. As you reach up to the sky, and from a crack in the ceiling, a small silver moonbeam just like cresses the golem for a moment, and then it intensifies. Hits him over the head. But he's still standing.
And I'm going to use shield on myself again, and that's it.
Yep. Don't want to be there.
Then
All right.
threat.
Crowan, back to you.
Okay. He's dazzled. He's flanked. We can do this.
Poor piece of glass.
Yeah. Crowan said, "You are done. Be gone." 16.
16 hits.
Nice. That's a 6 plus another 6. That's 6. Math. 16 damage.
16 points of damage.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Basically, I'm still hitting at the hip, and I'm just breaking off the leg, I guess, with the mace. I'm like, and yeah, that basically being angry, like I always am.
Crowan is so done with all of this.
Yeah,
As he
done
begins
with your
to-
crystal bullshit.
with Tarush from one side pushing through this electrical energy more fiercely than the turn before. Crowan from the other side, Edge from one side, Olam as she like pulls down a moonbeam, and Jack on the other side just ticking away at the crystal. This last golem succumbs as one more mace strike hits the golem at the hip, which breaks off, making it tumble to the ground. Olam, you fall downward like 30 centimeters on your feet. And with one last fell swoop, Crowan gives the golem the finishing blow, and it is dead. And as all of you are heaving and hoeing, still figuring out what the fuck happened with the ritual that you seemingly completed, the vision that Tarush got, and the bladders that are filling up with our players, we will go ahead and take a little break.
This went way better than it should have.
Those
Yeah.
amazeballs. No, I think we did pretty well.
We
I
did
think-
pretty well, yeah.
I think I skipped one of the turns of one of the golems at the last
what's the
second.
Oh.
Yeah. We just did well, Wouter. We were
No,
just
no,
good fighters.
That's fair,
Pissed.
but still, yeah, that
But
makes
still, you
sense.
guys were good.
Actually,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But no, teamwork wise, I mean, 5 on 2 makes all the flanking easy. We did a fuck ton of focusing. We did that very well.
I mean, mostly we contacted probably an elder god or an elder entity, and we should have been dead right then and there, but it went fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Jack was like, "Welcome, who are you?" in the last game, I was like, "No, you don't talk to it. You don't give it a reason to reply. You break the connection. You hang up."
I got the phone.
No, we need answers. We need the truth.
You don't
Yeah.
talk to an Eldritch God and
True.
give it a reason to fuck with you.
He's also just a person wanting something to learn.
Honestly, I was
Really not.
I was half expecting Jack to go like, "So what are you wearing?"
Hello? My mom is not home, no?
I am Azathoth. I am the key. I am the gate. I have dreamed this entire universe into existence. The concept of wardrobes mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
Like
so I'm
silk
a bit
luxury.
trapped by cats.
So what are you wearing?
Alone or something.
So yeah, we will be back. We will be back at 9:40 to continue this adventure. So we hope you all stick around until then, as more wild magic surges, more wishes, and more shenanigans will be in store. I am sure of it.
Nice. 1, 2, and bye.
Hey, 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 hey.
And we're back. Always glad to see the Maxime intro of our beautiful game. So, to jump back into the horror that is this campaign. Last we left off, our heroes investigating the ringing, now also known as the Crystal Plague, a magical disease that turned people into crystalline abominations and slowly killed them, that seemingly corrupts and maddens those that are afflicted by it, our heroes have found that some sort of force with faceless stalker lackeys is at play. Coming upon the house of one of these faceless stalkers, one that you got rid of, Yenny Carpenter, you ventured inward, found a ritualistic chamber to this sort of force that you seemingly were able to activate. However, upon the force finding out that you are not any of its lackeys, but indeed its enemies, it unleashed some of its power and conjured into being 2 glass golems that did combat with you, only to be strucken down by the 5 of the pack. Now that their sharded remains are strewn out before you, the day is yours. Upon inspecting the crystal shards, you do still find that these 2, see-through runestones are intact. The ones that seemingly powered, or at least partially powered, these golems are still there for the taking, as well as the 3 everlit candles that were situated here as a sort of part of this ritual as well. That being said, however, the exit is still completely blocked off by some crystal protrusion, but Jack was already underway with his club and some acid to slowly whittle away at this crystal. So for the sake of all of this, you realize that the crystal that is blocking the entrance isn't anything special or hard to get rid of. It will just take a couple of actions and some time. It was mostly to keep you here in this space while you did combat by these golems. So for the sake of brevity of this session, we can say that through different means you are able to get rid of the crystal, but leave that as it may. What would all of you like to do?
I take out my medicine kit and start patching myself up.
Fair. So Tarush, still going through the effects of the wish. Now that combat is over, there's just this crackling of energy from the electricity he let loose, and he just disperses the rest of it into the ground as he kind of falls back against the wall behind him, and just drops his staff and falls to his, he falls onto the ground almost, just breathing.
And he holds...
Just a few moments. A lot of, many thoughts. Do the thing.
Johnny?
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do it.
Whack it with a sap.
So he takes a few seconds or several minutes even to recollect and recover.
All right, Crowan is taking out his medical supplies to see if he can patch himself and perhaps the rest of you up. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm taking the healing potion. I got hit
the
a lot.
healing potion if it's not urgent.
As you try to take the healing potion, Crowan, with a little bit of his strength left, he grasps your hand and
No. Let Jack heal you.
Then I switch out the healing potion for my hip flask and just
Crone
take a big drum.
Crone says, let Jack heal you. Meanwhile, Jack took a step back and he's just acid splashing on the wall.
Edge will throw a lightning blast as well.
Meh.
Me.
Crystal reflects the odd sounds.
And by the way, it takes 10 minutes, but I succeed my check and heal 11 points of damage.
No, I think you mean that differently. You deal 11 points of damage?
You
heal.
Oh, heal! Oh, my bad.
11 points of damage. Jesus, Grandpa!
He deals 11 points of
Honestly,
healing.
I heard him say deal, and I was like, Vincent, hold on.
That's actually pretty good. I'm almost completely back up again.
Oh, god damn it.
Edge offers their flask to Crowan as a thank you.
Crowan was patching himself up, not Edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm fine now.
I was really happy for 1 second. Thanks for that, Wouter.
But he can, because after 10 minutes, he can also try it on you.
I can try on you, but Jack is better than me, I think.
Yeah, I am actually what they call trained medicine.
All right, so while Crowan is busy with himself, Jack will go ahead and try and help Edge, or what is what was it?
I think I will take some time from the acid splashing.
Very well.
Help Edge.
The splash.
Oh, that's actually. What?
No, I'm just kidding.
That's going to be a 22.
Nice.
Okay, so that's a success.
Yeah.
What was it again? A D6?
2d8.
2d8. Cool, that's even better.
Yeah.
Your powers of math astound us, Maxime.
Yes.
Of remembrance.
So I heal Edge with 10 hit points.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I offer Jack my flask as a thank you.
I rejoice and take a sip, and then I choke half because I didn't expect it to be that strong. I was like, oh no, oh, that's too strong.
It's fire water.
It burns.
Why would you drink this?
I take 5 points of damage.
Jack thinks that he perhaps may have drunk his own acid splash, but no, it's just the fire water.
I stopped doing acid splash, right? Yeah.
Okay,
How's
but
Golem doing?
Yeah, like the day is yours. What do you guys do?
Is Golem still like hovering, or is she back on the ground again?
I am looking at that right now. Oh yeah. Well, as some people are being healed, I'm going to refocus for 10 minutes.
And
So my curse reduces for one level.
okay.
So I don't float anymore.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
and then I like to get
solidifies
healed as well. Please, thank you. Yes.
Key.
I suppose in the meantime, Tarush will update the rest. I know of 4 beings, 3 people that are part of the crystal plague that cause it. The wish was not as bad as I thought it would be. It hurt, but I think I'm okay. Lyra Dracos, one of the exiles from the Cerulean Circle. We must hunt her down. I know where she is. Small. We'll get to it. Dante Corsell, this lieutenant of the Silver Sentinels. He stands smugly watching over his colleagues, his fellow soldiers, as he knows the curse he's putting upon them. And Vermilion, the son of the house we're about to visit, he somehow seems bound to it by some kind of jellyfish?
Oh, Vermilion is non-binary, by the way.
They seem bound to it by some kind of jellyfish?
A jellyfish? A jellyfish outside of the water?
It looks like one, yes. But it floats through the air as if it were in the water.
An airy fish.
Airy fish.
An airy jelly.
A jelly bird.
Airy fish.
It is good to know. Our suspicions are not unfounded. We should immediately continue preparing ourselves for our assault on House Vedius. But I also know where Lyra Dracos is located, a small alcove north of a bay in Farwater. And he still seems to be kind of
We can take a look at the map for a moment.
Oh, fair enough. He still seems to be kind of processing all the information that's put into his head.
All the way to the top.
I still only see llamas.
Oh, excuse me.
I see the map.
You see the map? All right. Yeah. The players are at the map. Wait. Let me try again. I will put it back at llama and then map.
Yeah, it's loading now.
Cool. All the way up to the north. You have this here.
Give it some time. It's still loading. It's still loading. No, it's, I don't know, roll 20 being roll 20.
It happens.
Roll 20, roll 20.
Just a little blurry collection of gray and white pixels with some blue added in.
Awesome.
It's
Looks
beautiful.
like a QR code.
Let me just refresh on my side.
No, I see it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely just roll 20 being difficult.
Our viewers can't see it very well either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's probably because Charlie's streaming.
Yeah, I know what they see.
Well,
Well, either way, it's best you just describe it, Wouter.
All the way to the top of the city, there is a large basin of water, a lake, if you will, Formar Basin, that has been connected to the city via a straight canal, and it is also used as a basis for all of the work that the water plant and the water workers do that keep the entire sewer system clean, etc., etc. And it seems that somewhere along that canal there is a subterranean hideout of Lyra that she that probably by some sort of magical means was created and that she now occupies.
I can see the map now.
Very good. That would be like somewhere along this canal, right over here in the north. It goes through like a piece of the slums, together with like a road that leads like from this gate all the way to Formar Basin and then around. But somewhere around this canal should be her hideout, right over here.
Okay.
You guys can see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also know where Lieutenant Dante Corsell is posted, and that is in this fortress right here on the island just off of the mainland, right over here.
Coincidence? I think not.
That is where Dante Corsell is located.
So they're pretty close to each other.
I mean, like everyone is technically close to each other because it's all part of the same city.
No, I was looking at the wrong thing. So.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Okay, now I understand. Okay, great.
So yeah, so it seems that you saw that Dante was the lieutenant in charge of this guard island right over here, and I will say because of the wish. You know what? Go ahead and make a society check for me, please.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
My society is 8. 16, 24.
24. Very nice.
I'm rolling well today. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like the anti, like most of the party.
Hey. You wish you were like me, Tarouche.
No, I didn't wish for that.
It is known. The island is known as the Arisen Isle. The Arisen Isle, and it is used as a forward operating post for like the local guard branch of the Silver Sentinels that keep watch of the whatchamacallit, like next lying waters. So the Silver Sentinels is like the main arm of both military might and guards that guard the entirety of the province of Silvershore. And this island is used as the base of operations, where like the patrol ships, basically the Coast Guard for Farwater itself and the underlying lands are like located and branch off of.
Arisen Isle.
Yeah, the Arisen Isle. There's another branch of the Silver Sentinels that is very militaristic, and that is like commanded from the Silver Citadel where you guys were before. But this island is for the ships of the Silver Sentinels that are used to guard the local waters.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay.
So yeah, I inform the party of all of this as Tarush starts quasi-monologuing about everything he knows, just kind of repeating it as if reading it. And then he exhales. Did you catch all of that?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not sure if I did.
The Vedius child is doing paintings, and there's a jellyfish. The Lyra Dracos that was in the list that the people from the circle sent you. She's doing something with the basin and the canal at the north of Farwater.
She has a kind of bunker or alcove that we can find her in.
Semantics. Dante Corsell is a part of the Silver Sentinels. He is at the Risen Isle outside of the city, basically the Coast Guard. Anything else?
That is all I know. Somehow,
Alright.
somehow this jellyfish is deeply connected to it too, though I do not know how. I think we should continue our plan for now. Continue with our movement upon House Vedius. But afterwards plan...
Like I said, you talk about a plan, but we have very little planned after we enter the house.
I think that we should just grab some nets, go jellyfish hunt.
Also, all of you that are trained in occultism or arcana can go ahead and make a check for me.
Oh, cool.
A recall knowledge check to see if this rings any bells.
Ah.
10. 18.
18?
I rolled a natural 19, and I think my occultism is 4, so that's going to be a 23.
A 12 for me.
12?
Yeah, 4 on occultism, so I have
Right. Both Tarush and Crowan, you guys now thinking it over a little bit, like conversing with it like this. You also take a look at Jack and Jesse. The jellyfish look like a familiar.
Oh.
And I like to say that I have Jesse on my shoulder, and I have no clue what the jellyfish could be like. I wonder what that jellyfish could be. Jesse, do you know? No, she doesn't know either.
Nox is like climbing out of the backpack back into my chest, and that happens while you ask Jesse, like, what do you think it could be, Jesse? So many familiars here.
Cleaning our ears.
Then then ask Jax, how do familiars work? If we kill the familiar, do you no longer cast spells?
Well, I don't cast the one spell that my familiar carries. But that's just one spell, and I cannot cast any more spells that need a thing, an object. Like Jesse is like kind of like my staff. So
giggity.
I cannot cast any spells that need an object. But aside from that, I can still cast spells. Just one less and not objects once.
So it reduces your options if you lose your familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
But guys, we are still here in a room full of crystals. I think we should destroy.
I don't think we can destroy these. These are not like the crystals that we have encountered before.
Well, we didn't try yet, right?
Yeah,
we did.
We did? Oh,
we did.
Well, you did. You tried to destroy them by just making sounds.
Yeah.
And that didn't seem to work. These do seem to be a lot more stable. Too stable.
Can I reach the crystals that were used for the ritual?
They're hanging a little bit up there, but probably if you stretch your arm, you can reach them with your mace, for example.
Okay, I'm gonna try hit one of the crystals. See what happens. Get back!
I get back.
You are all getting back. Crowan, go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's 26.
26, that's a critical hit, so go ahead and roll double damage.
Is it flat-footed?
It doesn't. Objects don't take precision damage, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, the crystals did.
I love.
Yeah, they're not really objects. I was just calling them objects because it's easier to explain the mechanics.
God damn it, Vincent.
Technically.
In that case, you die.
I rolled max damage again.
How much?
Max damage, so 16.
16 points damage.
Yeah.
As Crowan just stretches himself out. It doesn't break in one hit, but you can see like a hefty crack in the crystal. So in the glass. Yeah. So given a couple of like minutes to half an hour of work, you could destroy all of these if you deem it fit.
Yeah, I'll take the time. I'm all my pent-up anger is going at it. Just
Right.
You hurt me. You hurt me bad.
While Crone is doing this, Tarush feels for just a few seconds a mild discomfort, just at the repeated pangs of violence. Dum, dum, dum. And he refocuses and just starts gathering as much documents, items, whatever's lying around, anything that might seem of even mild interest or value, and just starts sliding it into one of his satchels.
You take a couple of steps outside of this place because this ritual chamber seemed to be solely created for that purpose. There was only like the stone pedestal up, the 3 candles that were used as some sort of like reagent in it, and the crystals surrounding it. By the way, you still have those 2 glowing runes that weren't investigated and seen what they exactly were, and you have the 3 candles if you would like to take them.
I take them. I take the candles, absolutely. I blow them out, I take them.
They're ever-burning candles.
Oh, but they're like... they're also heatless in that sense.
Heatless, yeah.
Okay, so I just throw all 3 of them in my bag for now.
Easily done. You get those 2 runes out, and go ahead and make me an Arcana check, please.
Yes. 21.
21.
Wait. We had a pulse.
I believe you already used it.
No, Amun-Ra gave us another pulse before he left to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
My God.
So that's 26.
Hell yeah. All right. So, with that, you know very, very well that the 2 things that you hold in your hands are striking runes, and that they were used to empower these golems, but these runes could also perhaps aid your own weaponry. So you have 2 basically +1 to hit enchantments that you could like transmogrify on any of your weapons, if you so please.
How many? 2?
2, yeah. Each one of these golems had 1 embedded in their chest as their like main source of power. That's also reason why they hit so hard.
I feel like that's for the party. Maxime, could you write them down? 2 striking runes?
2 striking runes.
Excuse me, I'm calling them striking runes, but they're not striking runes. They're just +1 runes. Striking runes is the fact that they also deal another die of damage, but this is just a +1.
Okay.
You're not
Okay.
Only +1 to hit and not 2 damage, right?
No. In Pathfinder, the +1 bonus is only to hit, and if you have extra damage, it doesn't like add just 1 to the damage. It adds an additional die.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but this is only the to hit part.
So this adds a +1 to hit to magical weapons, non-magical weapons?
We need to put it on an item.
Bingo. Yeah.
And so then we can use it. So for example, we can make magical hand wraps for you, Edge, or we can put it on Crowan's mace, or what's the thing?
Sap.
Thank you. And then you get a +1, but we'll get to that later. Right. So for now, we have the
this is just for my notes, so that I have
fair.
it.
That's fair. But the candles, for now, Tarush keeps for himself. So I'm gonna put those on my character sheet, Maxime. But the striking or the +1 runes, I'll give to you.
Yeah. As you guys then exit the place, as Jack lets out a last bolt of acid that crumbles the crystal in front of him, you step outside, Tarush, and you find yourself in the same room that you had seen before, which was already basically ransacked. It didn't really have any notes of some sort. It only had like a couple of simple books and some journal entries of the real Jenny Carpenter before she was probably killed and gotten rid of by this faceless stalker, which told the story of not a bard, but just simply someone who was working as a maid to one of these people here in the city and tried to just like save up enough to do something with her life now that she was in the big city. But other than that, there were a couple of magic items that you found previously. A potion, I believe, of
Yeah, I have it.
mutagen.
Silver tongue.
Yeah, but other than that, you take another sweep and just normal living utensils. You could probably rummage together enough food to get some rations together. A couple of books that are standing there might be nice reads as just prose, but other than that, nothing that is really like jumping out to you as an adventurer or as a part of
Did
this.
Jenny have any normal candles lying around? Probably, right?
Oh yeah, like normal living apparatuses would be abundant here. So there's a lot of writing paper, candles.
As
firewood.
everyone is doing their thing, and as Tarush realizes that there's nothing here of interest, Tarush starts gathering a few of these candles and puts them together on a wooden table, and lights them. He takes his time for this. There's no rush. So,
if your plan is to burn this building down, do realize that Jenny Carpenter's living space is the basement of a larger building in a larger street. Okay.
I'm not planning that.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But
I don't know. I'm just.
You are tempting me now, though.
You could try and burn down a city block like that. That is possible.
Just to be sure.
Okay. So you bundle them together, put them on the table.
Yeah, I just make I just light a few candles.
All right. It is done.
I would like to ask Jack to heal me, please. Thank you.
Well, you said please. So let me have a quick look. That's a nat 20. So consider yourself healed.
So that's 48.
Yeah, that's 48. I think.
It's
Yeah,
sure.
that's 8, 10,
All once.
17,
Nice.
24 points of healing.
God,
Thank
so
you.
much
I
healing.
did it.
It is intense. All right. Is there anything else any one of you would like to do in here? And if not, what are the next steps for the pack?
No.
Go back to the lake house, have a bath. Did we go get the clothing we needed for tonight?
We did.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so go back, take a bath. Edge looks to Tarush. You should probably bring a gift for the receiving family. Have you thought about something you would like to give them?
A good thought.
Justice.
We could get a nice bottle of wine at the lake house, but since the Verius family is a bit more upper class, we might need to look elsewhere for something.
So I go over back into the room, and at this point, Crowan is still beating on the crystals, and
Yep.
I detach instead. I try to see if I can't just pull loose one of the crystals.
You take a look, and you can see that all of these crystals were put there. They are on like small stone like bases, and you can see if you can like rip one with the stone base off.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that Crowan has a crowbar. Crowan's
Yeah.
crowbar.
So I asked Crowan, could you're the thing, perhaps pry one loose instead of destroying it for me? Edge has a fantastic idea.
For the sake of this, as there are like multiple tries with this, perhaps if luck would be against you, then the first one like cracks, but you have, I think, 12 or so other tries before you. So without much effort, eventually Crowan manages to like get one of these nice and off. like get the stone with which it was connected like shaken off a little bit, and now you have a somewhat tribalistic looking but beautifully cut crystal quote unquote statue.
What color? White?
It is somewhere in like a like light pink to purple indigo hue.
Okay. So I hold it up. Thank you, Crowan. And I move back into the room where the candles are still burning, and I move up to Edge. A beautiful gift. No? Something of
Clever.
a rebellious act. We're there to
Clever.
recognize it.
And if not, we can just tell them that it's very rare and very expensive, and very local to where you come from.
Yes. I like it. Good idea, Edge. Good idea.
It is the law of hospitality. When you are taking into somebody else's house, you present them with a gift.
You're
I thought you were
correct.
noble.
I am very familiar with it, but other things were preoccupying my mind. And I look back at the crystal just for a moment, as if admiring the odd shapes. Please, could you hold it? I wish to do a prayer. And Tarush does a little silent prayer at the candles for Yenny. Just a little prayer for her loss, her death, her ascendance, and remembrance. Because us five will probably be the only ones to remember her existence, even. And then, as he finishes the prayer, he blows out the candles. 5 candles. And the hammering stops, as Crowan probably is finished at this point. Shall we take that bath, then?
Yes.
Alright. And in so doing, you leave Yenny Carpenter's house. You can lock the door if you want, although no other person will likely venture forth to this place in some time to come, as eventually this place also will be reclaimed by the city and will be inhabited anew. But for now, our 5 pack members retreat back to the lake house, the large temple to Avandra, which is now also in this day of the afternoon bustling with life as people from the lunch crowd are moving in, taking up seats, and having a nice little load off while trying to get their mind as far away from their work as they can. In that time, you also arrive, take a nice hot bath to soak those bruises that you got from these glass golems, begin to think of what you perhaps would like to do, and also begin to think of the plans that you have tonight as visitors of House Velius.
Before Edge goes upstairs, they're gonna look for the High Host and ask if he has anybody in his employment who's skilled with hair and or makeup.
My dear Edge, but of course, we have beautiful festivities here in the lake house. I would be a bad host if I weren't able to make myself and others presentable. I will send Sarah up in a minute. For you, I presume?
Yes, I do not believe that any of the men will be wanting makeup. I have a few bruises I would like to have covered up as much as possible, and I will need some help with these. And they gesture to their horns.
Understandable. I can tell you that Sarah has some experiences with horns of, well, different varieties, I might add. Does your catfolk friend Olam, does she require makeup? Does she have want for it?
Is Olam nearby? Edge is just gonna do a quick scan.
Olam's just probably wandering around or somewhere, just a bit confused about what's going on. Novelty would.
I do believe that Olam is most comfortable in her skin as it is. So.
Very well.
For a lack of better word.
In that case, Sarah is at your disposal.
Awesome. Basically, what I want to do is wrap my hair around the horns to make kind of like an intricate hairstyle thing, and cover up 1 or 2 bruises that I might have showing, and just do some light makeup. Not trashy.
Not trashy.
Presentable. And Edge knows exactly what lines to what golden paths to take through this. Not trashy, not filthy, but
not too demure either. I'm going to be accompanying a Dun Silvas, so I need to,
Classy.
You need to get up there. Yeah. And it seems that you are very capable of telling Sarah exactly what you want her to do. And so she does. And after getting some pots of makeup, she says, all right, now, well, let's get started with you then. And don't you worry. Zorel has told me that it's all going on your tab, so no worries about the costs for now. And she just goes,
we're gonna regret this.
I was assuming that this was going to cost money, and I'm still going to tip her a gold piece when we're done.
God, stop taking people gold pieces. Silver.
But like, is that a gold piece from your own inventory, Abe, or is that from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
that is from my own pocket.
Okay. Just.
I mean, I assume that that Zorel pays his people, well, but still, I mean, putting makeup on somebody with a skin that you're not used to and wrapping hair around big fat horns, trying to make it look like everything is hair, that's difficult, man.
No.
She deserves it.
Out of character, I'm not judging. In character, I'm just like, we could spend this on potions.
Yeah, like, the gold piece goes into her hand. The gold piece goes into her hand, and as she talks, she like plays with it, like how she turns it from one knuckle to the next one. It's just
so hot.
Yeah. Oh, honey, the gesture is so much appreciated. Although, to be honest, you look way better than just one gold piece. She puts it in her pocket. Now, I think you are ready for tonight.
I kind of want to slip her my phone number, but that's not a thing.
I slip her my portal coordinates.
No, I just
my room is up there.
I'm just gonna ask her if she's going to be around later.
I'm working all week, honey. Don't you worry about it.
Then I'm looking forward to our rejoining.
But for tonight, I believe that you have other people to attend to?
Unfortunately so.
Oh. Well, the drink always flows within the lake house.
Exactly. And don't worry, I know how to have fun.
I figure as much as one of the lost.
Oh, I like her so much.
She gives you one last squeeze of the shoulders to give you a little bit of don't worry, it's gonna be good.
My tail slips out from under the dress and whacks her on the butt as she walks out.
I'm going, no? Alright.
Oh my god!
There still is. With that out of the way, there still is an entire afternoon that all of you have to spend at your disposal. We will say that what Edge is doing here is, of course, only done in the late afternoon to get ready for the visit to House Vedius.
Oh, yeah, no, that's probably going to take 3 hours to get ready.
And next to that, what is the rest of you doing? You realize that you still have a lot of funds, so if you want to discuss the purchase of something more elite than just some healing potions, as we did off stream, this might be the time to do that. You could find a smith or an enchanter to put the runes that you had on your weaponry, for example. There are many things that you could do.
Or we can trade.
I think it would be a fair idea to put a striking rune on my mace, because that's the weapon I use the most.
Yeah, and get some hand wraps for Edge.
Yeah.
How much gold would that be to... Okay, so, sorry. Let's slide back. Let's rewind just a tiny bit, because first I want to get our plans in order, while Wouter looks this up. So, Crowan, you are the Don Silva's head of security for the heir of the house. You will act accordingly, so you will be obsessed with security. Safety will be your main priority. You'll be serious. Humor will be a quality unknown to your kind. And, well, you played the role perfectly during your first introduction. That was amazing. So I don't think we should elaborate further.
I was wondering why you were telling me that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Jack, we hadn't really decided on your role, did we?
Yes. No, we did not actually.
But we did buy fine clothing for you.
Yeah, so I'm presenting decent.
Yeah, so I would say you are my aide, my magical tutor, perhaps?
Yeah, like a protege of some sort.
I'd say protege rather than tutor.
Yeah, protege rather than tutor? Okay, that's fair. Yeah. So I'm teaching, perhaps, like this might... this is gonna sound racist. I'm teaching this country half-orc magic.
Oh boy.
As kind of like... It's like a charity project, right? Because PR will be good when I teach this half-orc from the country magic, you know, so bringing magic to the common folk.
For tonight, I'm gonna be very grateful for that.
You have fancy clothing because obviously you're one of the highest people in your village. I don't just grab a random peasant. You are very...
Yeah, and I'm just there. I'm kind of like in the background, just observing. Like, oh yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. You like, actually, that could be a good role. Like, if there are ever any dumb questions to be asked, like questions that Tarush would not dare ask, that could be your task. You could ask those questions. That's actually a good thing.
I have no clue how aristocrats work. So
yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Nice. I love it. All right,
so where do you keep the curses? So where do you keep the curses?
Nice.
So tell me, what is a conspiracy theory?
So were I to try and conquer a city like Farwater, where would I start?
Not that I'm asking, but how much gold would it take to bribe you guys?
Yeah.
Just on a scale from 1 to like 80
a million.
Buy your son.
Like checks notes, 80.
88. On a scale from 1 to 88 gold pieces.
In the meantime, because you have runestones with you, it becomes very easy for a skilled laborer to like put this rune on a weapon for you. So it basically just would take like a day of their time. So that would be 5 silver pieces for a skilled laborer for a day. So that is like for both runes to be put on, you would just have to pay 1 gold piece, and that would be that.
But like you say, a day of our time. Like, could we get this finished before our dinner?
We will say that like this afternoon is enough because like downtime activities take days and days and days and days, and I don't like that. So we will say that for the sake of this, that because you guys ended the combat like late morning perhaps, so you guys would have the entire day for you. You could have lunch, get this to a smith, and get it figured out before the evening gets there.
Okay, so basically, just to clarify, 2 gold pieces means that both Crowin...
No, 1 gold piece.
No, 2 gold pieces in total.
No, 1 gold piece in total. 5 silver pieces per rune. Yeah,
nice.
It's really cheap. Yeah, because they are on. Normally, it takes 10% of the rune's worth to get it from one place to another, except for when it's on a runestone, because runestones are specifically created as like vessels so that they can be easily transferred. So then it becomes free. So you only have to pay for the time of the laborers.
That's perfect. Okay, I guess Maxine scratch off a GP, and Crowin and Edge get a +1 on their mace and their fists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with some mace balls. Nice.
All right. So, for the sake of this, you guys go out on the town for a moment and try to figure out where to go. And eventually, You are brought to. It's perhaps a little bit overkill, but it's a nice like excuse to go there. If we can go to the map for a second again, Charlie.
Absolutely.
There we go. Just to the south of the river of the Eastern Main, there is this beautiful place, which is like a gigantic pantheon set atop large columns with a gigantic square underneath it. It is known as Builder's Base. It is a joint operation of the both, of the 11 main gods within the empire. It is a collaboration of both the goddess of civilization, Erathis, and the dwarven, but also main pantheon, main god Moradin of crafts. And within Builder's Base, there are the most elite craftsmen there are. But there are also like large smithing areas where you can just walk up and one of the apprentices can just go like, oh, okay, wait, you just need like a weapon potency rune put on your weapon. We got you figured out. Go to that bench over there. One of my apprentices will be with you. And you go there, and these sorts of tasks are a dime a dozen and are easily done. That being said, however, that is what happens to the mace of Crowan. Edge, you are about to get your first magical weapons. What kind of headbands are you looking for? What kind of handgrips? You could also go for I don't want it to just be like cloth. I want it to be like gauntlets. You could go for I want it to be like brass knuckles. How do you? What kind of magical unarmed weapons would you like to wield?
Or like
What
a
is the
collection
position?
of rings, or
Collection of rings.
I like the idea of brass knuckles, but I think that's just a little bit more subtle than that. Leather straps, I think.
Leather straps.
Nice,
Would you
nice
like
and
to-
dark to offset their white skin.
Adorned with anything? Like, for example, in the last campaign, we said that the hand wraps of Jesus, I forgot your character's name, Maxine, had like these nice little.
Iro, Jesus
thank you.
Christ, Wouter!
Look, I am giving you the chance to tell me how your magical weapons look.
I'm sorry, it's just
Yeah.
he was
But
one
like-
of my
They're
favorites.
pink ribbons.
Iro had those nice green gems on the back of his hands. Like, I don't know if do you want the leather to be embroidered by anything?
Yeah, I want the part that goes over my middle fingers to say F you.
Anything else?
I can see Edge having it like studded FU, so that when you actually punch someone, it spells like
That's
FU in
actually
their
a really
forehead.
good idea.
Yeah.
And it is now canon that this happens, like in
Alright, so-
in character. That Jack is like, you can have them studded, you know, and Ed is like, fuck, yes, let's do this. Let's see, that's amazing. I love you.
Hell yeah. So as you guys are perusing Builder's Base, eventually you come also by a beautiful leather worker, and Edge gets a very unique but beautiful studded leather hand wrap set.
Can I also buy a dagger for 2 silver pieces? Because I would
Very
like to have
easily
some
done.
piercing damage.
Very easily done. And again, like these are things that you want to do. You guys have 100 gold pieces, so if you guys want to get like a little bit further out there and get nicer like things, I don't know.
we spent a part of that already. I say we save for now. That's my opinion.
Sure.
Like once we save up, we can go for those actual striking runes. So that means that Crowan and Edge get an extra die of damage
That
on
would
their
be
attacks,
cool.
right?
Yeah, you do know, however, that striking runes is
They're
quite
very
literally-
expensive.
well, they're a little bit outside your level at the moment. Like
Yeah.
striking runes are, let's see here, I think they're 5th level.
No, but
wait,
I say we
they're-
don't splooge just because we can. That's
Yeah,
more my
I'm
thought.
way more careful with money in games than I am in real life. Like in real life, I'd be, I have $100, let's fucking spend it. But now I'm like,
I'm
no.
ordering in pizza.
Like a
Pizza,
striking.
$500. I'm ordering in sushi. Okay.
Well, you walk past, like here at Builder's Base, you have like this small river that is the small creek, if you will, that is flowing on the outside of this large dome-like structure out in the open. Like the columns are like thick, almost 5 feet thick stonework that rise up over like 40 feet, and it's completely open. It's just like to keep everything out of the rain, but other than that, you are outside with all these different shacks and places where people have fought for a place to be able to exalt their craft in the most prestigious of locales. And here you walk past one of these smiths where you can find like sword upon sword upon sword, all exquisitely made, all different shapes and sizes, and you can see that all of the price tags are like 100 gold pieces. So if you would want a +1 striking weapon, that costs 100 gold. Edge?
Okay.
Yeah. While we're at the leather worker, I would like to have a little collar made for Nox.
No.
Just for tonight, so that I can put a string on it and have that like in my hand. Because I assume that noble families aren't too happy about monkeys being loose, but if there's chain around it, you know.
Like,
And I profusely apologize to the little guy while he's being fitted, and it's just for tonight, I swear, I promise.
And it's good that you made it leather, because like the leather strap, he begins like to bite it to get rid of it before eventually like accepting it in the course of the afternoon. Like, fuck it.
I give him food.
Oh, food.
Yes. He's not a very difficult person.
All right. With your new studded leather armor, no hand wraps, and your enchanted mace, Crowan, is there anything else that you would like to do this afternoon?
I'm thinking, but I don't have anything right now.
I'd like to teach Olam a card game. Nothing that involves betting or anything, just a simple card game that we can play at the table while in downtime or something.
Blackjack.
I do have a question. Do I have to dress pretty like all of you as well?
Not.
And no,
I
I
think
can keep this on. Yes.
Your
You're
armor and
already
robes,
beautiful.
they are very appropriate, as Edge says.
Yes.
And
You have a glistening fur. I think you are sufficient.
You're gorgeous. If
your-
anything, I would tell you to lose the clothes, but you know, those humanoids are always like, oh, naked.
Well, I
I
could.
think something
Yeah, I
came
know
to
you
mind.
could, but those other people would not like it. But it's
Something can-
just for me to make a point that you are beautiful.
Okay.
Do not change your clothing.
I do have something that came to mind. Maybe we can teach the ones who are not very good at society how it works with high dining, what you should and should not do.
I'm fine.
Ask Arusha that works.
Well,
Corinne makes a
isn't
very
it
good
part
point.
of my being me that I don't know any of that? Because
No,
That
I
might
don't.
blow a cover.
I don't think that Jack or Olam would have to know these things. They are accompanying us. I could say that, for instance, Olam is my handmaiden. She doesn't have to know how rich people dine. She will just be there.
and
Very well.
some rich people like to probably tell how it works, so they feel better about themselves, right?
Exactly.
They
Why
might
not
take
combine
offense.
the ideas? So, we would instruct them during dinner, apologize on their behalf, therefore excusing their lack of formalities in the process.
Mhm. That
And
might work.
Edge, might I say, so at this point, I suppose we're kind of nearing the end of the afternoon. I did not consider you a well-proportioned and interesting...
Choose your next words wisely.
Where is this going?
representative of a person before you dressed and had your hair as well.
I'm going to stop you there and
And
assume that
Tarush
you are
is like
trying to make a compliment.
Tarush is like trying to find words, but seems to be failing.
Yeah.
I will say thank you for the thought behind it, but maybe work on your compliments before we become acquainted with the lady of the house.
Yeah.
I will try
Next
not
time
to
keep it
speak.
short and- Next time
Let
keep
me
it short and
let me
simple,
handle
like,
the
"You look
compliments.
good."
I will not
You look
say such
ravishing
things.
always works.
Guys, can we not speak through each other, please?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I will,
Cohen says, Go ahead, Darush.
I will try not to speak to the lady of the house in such a manner. I'm not used to the experience of being flushed in such a manner. Apologies. And Tarush walks out of the room.
Wait. Did I just overwhelm Tarush?
Basically.
I love it.
Yeah, you're like a
I love it.
you're like a curvy tiefling, hair up, like
Oh yeah, no, I clean up
sexy
well,
formal
baby.
dress. Yeah, no, like Tarush is like, I hate
I'm
this
wearing a
person. Holy
corset and
shit, they're hot.
Tarush had like naughty magazines of something similar under his bed when he was young.
Sexy tieflings in your area.
Yeah. He's like, you look good, but I'm trying not to be like for tiefling. No, wait, I shouldn't say that.
I mean, he read through Tiefling Trouble all the way up to volume 66.
Yeah. Tiefling in Lowtown, discovering the way from heaven to hell.
Oh, shit.
They're all equally horny.
Oh, damn.
So
I at this point, I say we're ready. Tarush has obviously spent a lot of time using prestidigitation to make sure that every single spot of armor and clothing is clean. Both his and the others. We haven't really defined Edge's role yet, though, have we?
I kind of assumed that I would be your partner.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well. In fact, let's say that is actually...
I wasn't gonna do it.
Is Edge okay with this?
Edge, this is a role that Edge is familiar with.
I
to
like
be
this.
the pretty thing on the arm, to be the distraction.
Let's say that actually that is what made Tarush so uncomfortable, because at this point he's like, oh, fucking Edge is gonna be my... whoa. Okay.
They're like pretty and everything, what the fuck?
Okay.
Do we want to discuss how we want to oust or get to the sun? Because that's the target, right?
Yeah.
The minion.
Yes, I
assume you'll be at dinner?
So we buy some toys.
He's a bit older than that, Jack.
Vermilion is in his late teens. Like 18, 19, something like that.
Oh, leave him to me.
Should we like maybe like be interested in his art? Consider it like
I said,
high
leave
art.
him to me.
Okay.
I say we give Edge the benefit of the doubt here. Edge, I suppose then you will be my concubine. For apologies, obviously Adon Silvas would be betrothed to one of equal status. It would be suspicious were I to marry you. And Tarush looks at Edge in a very, there's no doubt in his voice. it would be very weird. I am of...
I did cover up my horns as to not look like a tiefling,
No,
so...
no, but it's not about the tiefling part. So, Tarush continues. If one is not of nobility, I were not to be able to marry them. It is a fact. A thing. Concubines, however, are common.
Okay, stop talking before I punch you in the face and you walk in there with a bloody nose. I know that many noble families know each other, but not all noble families know all noble families. I will not be degraded to the role of a concubine.
I would not see it as such, but... Very well. Let us make it something more beautiful than tragic.
We are betrothed?
No. In love. Desperately yearning for one another, but still pending approval of my parents. Yes? It would...
I will do my best.
So shall I. So shall I.
They're in love. Approval pending.
So I think our plan has been spelled out at this point, or semi-prepared. I mean, obviously it's gonna be, we'll see where it goes. It's gonna be Jack Sparrow style. Do we make it up as we go along? Yes. Yes. So yeah.
All right then. In that case, as evening falls, each and every one of you is getting ready for a night out on the town. A lovely visit at the noble house of Vedius. The lord and lady of the house that are responsible for the waterways, the sewage system that runs through all of our water and keeps all of the filth outside. Or so it would seem, as your clues have brought you to the understanding that they might be the ones bringing the filth actually in. As we walk towards House Vedius, we pan over each and every one of these 5 individuals. Up front, we have Crowan. Crowan, are you wearing any special fancy clothes, or are you wearing your normal armor because you are supposed to be the bodyguard? Is that correct?
I'm the bodyguard, yeah.
Very well.
Nothing fancy.
With you leading this small troop, we pan a little bit backwards towards Tarush. Tarush, as a Don Silvus, a silver dragon here in the city of Silver Sentinels, how do you dress for this occasion?
Honestly, to Tarush, it's a very simple change of attire. He has this little brown cowl that he wears over his attire that he simply removed to dispose of a bit of a, a more simple or middle class appearance. And he's simply wearing his usual attire, aside from that, which is this beautiful colored robe over well-adorned armor, a chest plate, and silver casted and stainless steel gauntlets, as well as beautiful vestment going over it.
You might want to take off the gauntlets.
How so?
What?
Because if you're gonna eat, it's not gonna look good to
No,
eat with your gauntlets.
I will do
You'll
so
take
at
them
dinner.
off at the
yeah.
dinner table, yeah.
Yeah, but might as well not have them, because then it could be construed as rude. I don't know.
Part of the first impression, I guess.
Yeah. It's like a thing, I need to look. I might even take off the chest plate. Like it's more for like the public might see me,
Okay.
I need to look perfect in every occasion before that. So in that sense, Tarush will seem spotless. His hair, beautiful. His face, not a single pimple, unlike myself. And and his beard perfectly trimmed to 3 days of notice. And his armor also represent his chest plate showing this twin dragon shape figure on the front as well.
Very well. As you are walking through the streets of Farwater, getting closer and closer to the noble house to which you are guests tonight, you have on your arm Edge. Edge, how are you dressed this evening?
Edge is dressed in an emerald green gown with golden trim and a golden belt. And their hair is wrapped around their horns and then braided in the back, and they are wearing a slightly sheer white veil over the back. And they decided to put on Daddy's ring.
Very well.
Interesting.
Walking behind this pair of nobility, we have Jack. Jack, how are you dressed this evening? What are your
To
fancy
summarize
clothes?
it decent, I wear my fine clothing, make sure washed, and I just walk very like held together, very just stiffly, just interesting.
But what is fine clothing to Jack?
Naked. No. Fine clothing is
Hella fine.
I'm wearing a
He's wearing like
blouse.
a t-shirt with a t-shirt with like a
like a
tie
V-neck?
printed onto it.
With I shaved my nuts for this.
I'm wearing a tank top with FBI and a federal booby inspector. In like Comic Sans or something. No,
Oh my god, that's even worse.
The greatest sin.
I'm wearing a very nice blouse with a sort of blazer over it, and some nice pair of trousers. Nothing too remarkable. I make it actually look like I am someone from the country that came here and thought, okay, I have to do like get me the basic fight people, a bit studious as well, but not like we think of students here in the Netherlands. Like,
No. I feel you.
but like studious, decent. Yeah.
Very well. And last but not least, Olam, I believe that you are you wearing fancy clothes this evening?
No, I am dressed like me. Yes.
You are yourself. Very well. And with this ensemble, you eventually make your way all the way down south towards the estate of House Vedius. Here you once again come upon this large box standing in the middle of the city with a small street surrounding it. For now, the small stone staircase that leads up to large double doors with the beautiful plaque of House Vedius above it and beautiful depictions of fish jumping out of water on the doors themselves are left dormant. The different windows of all the 3 stories are lit, as it seems that there is a lot of light coming from the inside as evening is now falling and darkness has taken over the city of Farwater. What would you like to do? Who steps forward? Who goes first?
I'm gonna knock on the door, and then and then leave the way, get out of the way so that Terush can stand in front of the door.
So, Groen, you take a couple of steps forward, and let me just. There we go.
Take 12 arrows.
Knock, tuk, 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 on the door. Take a couple of steps back, and eventually the door opens up as a unfamiliar face opens the door. It seems to be a maid with her black hair all the way back in a bun, a simple but elegant maid outfit, and as she opens the door she says, "Hello, good evening, oh dear, one moment please," and the door closes up. You hear a little bit of commotion as eventually you hear people rummaging about inside, and a minute passes. 2 minutes pass, and the door opens up again, and this time you do see a familiar face, Crowan, as the man that you spoke to earlier, Warren, the head of the housekeepers, it seems, now nicely put together in a black suit, with like a white blouse, black vest over it, black trousers, black beautiful shoes. He has one arm out in front of it with a handkerchief draped over it, with on top of it the sign of House Vedius, the V that then with both points like turns into fountains, as he opens the door and says, "Good evening, sir, and each and every one of you. I am Warren, head of the housekeepers, and I welcome you to the Vedius estate. If you would enter our abode, I will make the presence of the Silver Dragon known to the Lord of the House."
I have my own announcer. Please lead this one to your dinner table ahead of me.
And I grip Edge just a bit tightly as Tarush kind of feels uncomfortable doing so, like a little bit of a blush in his face, but he remains stoic despite it.
Edge puts their hand on his upper arm and kind of leans in a bit more.
Oh no!
All right, so I believe that Olam is the one that is first brought forward. So you can see that the man in full suit, bald up top, still has like scruffs of hair around the side, but he keeps it nice and trimmed to get himself very civilized. A very nice groomed black mustache, graying over here. Warren is standing there, not really sure what to do, but if you would follow me, madam. You are brought through the main hallway where all of the servants are standing, all bowing as you follow by. In total, there are 18 different people. You start off with 6, 3 on each side of people wearing what seems to be scabbards over chainmail armor with the House of Vedius sign, as they are all like standing at the ready with swords, like on the ground, bowing as you follow by. The 6 like bodyguards / house guards of House Vedius, and then on each side there are another 6 servants that are leading you through one of the doors that opens up into the very large dinner table room. Just one table of like 20 feet long, 10 feet wide, chairs on chairs on chairs on chairs on both sides. You can see different like beautiful art pieces of like the main art piece that you can find hanging on the head of the table is like a beautiful depiction of like 3 by 3 meters of this estate, with on the back of it like large fish jumping out of the water and like just sparkling water all over with rainbows and beautiful to like make sure that House Vedius is very, very well set. On the other side, you can find a large hearth with 2 large paintings on each side of it as well. One which seems to be a portrait of the family with the Lord, Lady, and child, and the other one seems to be a painting of the waterworks, like the large building that they are the main sponsors to. And here you are led to this table, and you can see that on the far side, you can see the 3 nobles of the house that now step up to the ready. You can find at the head of the table what you would also have spoken with your compatriots. Lord Abel Vedius, a older gentleman in, well, not that old, like mid-40s probably, short brown hair, beard that turns into a mustache ring beard combination with like puffs of grayness spreading through it as well. He stands up with a beautiful vestment of dark blue and grays, the colors of House Vedius. As he does so, his wife that is seated on the first chair to his left also steps up, his hand, her hand in his, And you can see same age, but her hair is like this beautiful deep red coloration, slender, very pretty woman. And then on the other side of him, his child Vermilion also steps up from the vision of Tarouche, with the red hair that then turns into purple and then turns into dark blue. They all stand up and they just go. The Lord looks at the two other members of their family and then just goes, greetings. Who is this? Welcome.
So Tarouche kind of stops the group for a moment and then looks over at Olam and just does this thing.
Olam walks forward really slowly.
Olam is the first to actually step into the room. The rest of you are still in the chamber before.
And she unfolds a paper. And she starts reading. Tarouche, Igius, Saron, dan Silvus, heir to house dan Silvus of Loris, protector of Urgite, Viscount of Demirith, and 96th in line to the throne of his imperialship.
Okay.
So with that, Tarouche makes a little nod and steps forward. A pleasure and an honor. And he makes a little, like this bow, you know, like 25 degrees, not too deep, not too light.
Edge
Lord,
does a little curtsy.
the Lord, Lady, and other noble of the House of Vedius all make a bow slightly deeper as yours, as the Lord takes the word as well. I am Lord Abel Vedius, of House Vedius of the Farwater Nobles, the lifeblood of Farwater, Lord of the Waterways. And in so doing, I welcome you to my humble abode. Please, have a seat. We did not realize your travels would bring you to our estate so soon, but we are blessed to have you, Lord Silvus. Enjoy the feast that me and my people have made for you. And please, speak of the work that has brought you here. And with that, we will end today's session. And as a small little preview, you can go ahead and I can show this. Go ahead and go to the battle map real quick.
Okay.
It's still on.
We're
It's
still
still
on.
up.
We're still on the battle
I
map.
can see it actually.
I don't see the map. Is that the map?
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah, we're still on the battle map.
Yeah, so the battle map,
And here we
it
are.
changed to the right place, right?
Oh, nice. Now you
I
did.
see the right place now.
Yeah, so this is the ground floor. I created
great.
the entire mansion from scratch.
Of course you did.
Nice.
Obviously.
Oh, that's beautiful,
So
man.
cool.
So that is the place where you guys can adventure next. I don't know where you guys will be going. We will see again soon.
So Tarouche is
hell?
thinking, oh, this place is beautiful. Charlie is thinking, nice, that's a huge battle map. I can't wait what kind of combat we're in for.
I don't know what you guys are going to do. You had plans of sneaking around, and you need to know where you can go and where you cannot go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's very
Nice.
much true. Yeah.
Burn.
That
Yep.
was seriously though. That was a nice session.
Oh yeah, guys.
I enjoyed it.
We had a freaking wish.
Yeah.
I gave you some very nice leads on what the hell is going on here. You now have the 4 pillars of people you
Yeah.
might get involved with.
I felt like that wish was gonna be so helpful, nice and such, and then it started. And I was like, instantly stressed. Like, no, I cannot say anything.
Which is supposed to be how wishes work. I mean, come on.
Normally,
So-
it's
Wishes,
just,
wishes aren't helpful.
So,
Mm.
like, Wouter, are you, like, relieved or stressed or bummed out, like, that you had to give away some vital plot information?
No, not at all, not at all. Like I to be honest, if I just go with my gut feeling, I would just be telling you everything all of the time. I'm just looking for like excuses to give you shit to do because I have thought of all of this stuff.
You're far
And I
too
just have to get-
merciful.
There may or may not be 120 clues within this mansion if you can find them.
Who knows? Who knows?
Roughly of
Easter
which
eggs.
100 of those 120 are faceless stalkers.
Well, you counted. In total, there are 11 people within this mansion. There are 6 people on guard. There are 12 servants and 3 nobles.
Yeah, holy shit. We're gonna have to rewatch this episode, like the last 20 minutes, like very intensely, just to make sure we get all the numbers right, because faceless stalkers are now a real issue.
And 200 mimics.
Remember,
Like, we need to be able to count for every fucking staff member of this fucking house.
And do remember that you guys did research to faceless stalkers, and in so doing, you realized that like the odor of blood could be like detected from them, and you had a +1 bonus because you did research to detect them by smell. And we had like plans that Jack might like summon creatures that were able to smell them out. There's a lot of things. Like there's another floor where you guys will be staying because you are house guests of House Vedius.
Yeah.
Who knows what you will be doing during the night?
I just see at this point, I just see Jack like intentionally giving himself this cut in his hand and just going up to every bit of staff member being like, "Hey, does this smell weird to you?"
Does this smell
And see
like
who tries to
witchiness?
kill him.
I'm just gonna.
Or wait,
I'm just
which
gonna go
one
around
seems
saying,
like oddly aroused, you know?
Oh my god. For now, however, I need to go ahead and cough some more because it seems that the corona has not left my system in its entirety. Tomorrow, however, the work week will start again, so enjoy the last hour of the weekend that you still have.
Yeah.
We love you. We hope to see you next week when we go invade a noble house and I think have a lot of deception and intrigue and stealthing about. So yeah, we hope to see you then. And good luck this week. Don't get corona. Just don't.
Yep.
It's not worth it.
I'm gonna try it.
Good. Bye guys, we love you.
Ciao.
Thank you.